Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
Notary Educators with Kimmi. I am your host, Kimmi Nunnally, #1 notary educator / podcaster, etc. in the notary space. How's it going, people? How are you? I want to say hey to those who will watch the replay, those who will listen to the podcast. Welcome. So tonight I'm doing a little training. This is another free training brought to you by Notary Educators. If you know, you know. I will talk a little bit about the mentorship program later and my new journal if you haven't seen it. It is amazing. So how's everyone doing tonight? What's up? Hey, Lori W. How you doing? How are you? What's new? Since the other day. So yeah, I thought I would hop on and do a little training about wheels. Okay. Many of you are still a little hesitant about doing estate packages. Oh, great, Lori. I'm so excited. It went well. So next time, you just need that embosser, okay? Yes. Hey, Stephanie R. What's up? Everybody's here from mentorship. How y'all doing? So yes, Lori, congratulations. Lori, you didn't put anything in the chat about that, did you? We have a private chat. You didn't put anything in there, did you? Oh, it's on its way for next week. Okay. Now you'll really be ready. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Lori did a power of attorney. Lori, why you didn't put that win in the chat? Please, can you put a little update in there for everybody so they can kind of just know how it went if you don't mind sharing? It's good for you too. And because when you tell other people about what you're doing, it burns in your memory about what you did, what your process was. You don't have to tell them all of that, but just a little bit about the experience, and it gives you a chance to share a win, okay? Hey, Karen, what's up? Hey, okay, and then we got Lori. Okay, cool. Thank you, Lori. So let's get into it. So what is a will? For those of you who do not know, a will is a document that people or a person will tell somebody, hey, once I'm gone, I want my children to have ABC. I want to give everything to charity. I might want to give it to the dog. There's no telling. The list goes on and what people will do with a will, okay, and who they would like to give their items to. So sometimes it could just be a car. Sometimes they have money, any mix of assets, okay, bank accounts. So the will tells people to do once you're gone. The other day we did a power of attorney, so you can go and check that out, that training. But today is about will training, okay? So we talked about what it is. Everyone should have a will. I'm not an attorney, but if you have anything of value whatsoever, you don't want people fighting over it. It could be a book collection, car collection, anything like that. You might want to think about having a will. Who's going to get it when something happens to you, okay? So why are notaries called to sign wills? Okay, you typically think, oh, they can go to their attorney. But nowadays, everything is done online. So people will print their own will. They'll go to LegalZoom. They will create their own will. A will can be written on a piece of toilet paper. It can be written on anything, a piece of notebook paper. So they will call the notary, though, to avoid paying an attorney. So as a notary, I want you to know how to properly execute a will. That's the proper terminology, okay? So again, they're not going to call the attorney, or sometimes they do call the attorney. The attorney will prepare all of the documents. They will send it to the client and say, hey, find a notary to get this notarized, okay? So that's the process. They could go to their attorney's office, but what if the attorney is in the city and they can't get off work and they can only get it done on the weekend or after 5? And most banks will not notarize power of attorneys in estate documents, okay? Typically, a will is part of an estate package. So I do have a whole estate slash trust package, which a will is included in. You can check out that training at notaryeducatorsllc.com. But I'm going to give you some more gems here tonight, of course. But the whole training, which would really get you prepared for any assignment, is 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025, WIN2025. Or you can get it free as part of the membership, okay? Our mentorship program includes all 16 courses, plus over 40 hours worth of live replays. So it's an amazing training. It really is. All kind of tip sheets, letters, all kind of stuff. It's just all inclusive. It really is. It's all inclusive. So, and it's $47 per month. You can sign up at notaryeducatorsllc.com. So I want to give you some more tips about a will signing though. So when a client calls you, what does that phone call sound like? Okay. When a client calls you, they're going to say, for example, ring, ring. Thank you for calling None Better Mobile Notary. This is Kimberly. How may I help you? Yes, ma'am. I have a will signing that I need to get completed. My mother is at a hospital and she wants to have her will notarized. So you're going to ask her some screening questions, okay? I've talked about that extensively here. I go over that in training, but you want to know, hey, is the document already fully completed? You don't want them filling it out when you get there. Time is money. Your time is your money. So make sure the document is already completed. I've had signings when I get there and they got to ask everybody in the room, do you think I should sign this? Should I leave everything to Bubba? How about, should I leave TT this? Or, no. I ain't got time for your family to be discussing all of your important life decisions while I'm there. When I come in, I want to do my thing, my role as a notary and go, okay? We don't typically prepare documents. Again, they can even buy them at Home Depot. Amazon sells wills. LegalZoom, Legal Shield, not Legal Shield, but LegalZoom, I think it is. Rocket Lawyer, and all those different places. So I don't prepare documents because if that goes bad, I don't want nothing to do with it. And a lot of times wills will be contested, okay? So something else you want to know about a will signing is are witnesses required? Typically on wills, they are required. Sometimes one, sometimes two. We don't pick and choose how many witnesses are required. Your client's document will dictate how many. So that's why those screening questions are so important, okay? You got to ask those screening questions. And we go through it all day in my mentor program. If you don't ask questions, I already know you did not ask. I already know. So I'm big on asking screening questions. So I did include the screening questions, and I have many videos here, but it's inside my new journal. Okay, I'm going to talk about the journal in a moment. But anyway, back to the will signing. So then on my will signings, I like to add an embosser, the gold seal, and emboss it. Plus my regular notary stamp. You always use your regular notary stamp. It's not embosser instead of, okay? And check your state handbook. Some states' handbook actually forbid them. But I think if you really read the handbook, it's not that it's forbidding it. It's just like, you have to use your ink stamp, okay? And the embossed seal just makes it look pretty. Like I put on some lipstick today just to make myself look better. That's all the embossed seal does. It doesn't change the fact that it's a will. It doesn't change the fact that you stamped it, okay? You need the ink stamp it, and then the gold embossed seal just makes it look pretty. You stick the seal on there and you crimp it. And a lot of your clients today will ask you for it. A lot of newer notaries, they don't believe you need it, even older ones. So it's not just newer notaries. I hear a lot of people that just don't believe you need it. And again, it's not a requirement, but I do anything I can to stand out in the industry. Okay? If I give you a document back, mine has a gold seal on it, and the next notary doesn't, my people always say, oh, my notary didn't do that. My last notary didn't do that. So I've had people have to come to me because the last notary didn't do something. Okay? So I always do above and beyond. That's why I said it's not a requirement. It's not necessary. But I always do the most, right? Because I want to be paid the most and I want to have retention of the best clients, okay? So your clients will be loyal to you if you are loyal to them, and do the right thing, okay? So that's going to be the crux of a will signing. Again, you want to make sure you have witnesses in place. A lot of times people will say, well, I'll just use somebody at the hospital. Not. A lot of times your doctors, your nurses, they are not able to serve as the witness. So I always say have a witness list. Have somebody you can call and say, hey, I'm starting this new business. I might need you to serve as a witness. Okay? So it could be friend, family, foe, whoever you can get to come sign that paper, because your documents will not move if there's no witness. Okay? That's just facts. So witness is very important to the signing. So I'm not going to hang out that long today, but this was on my heart, this will signing, and I wanted to give you some training about that. I also want to talk about the mentorship program because I'm still getting questions, and that's okay. I know we have a lot of new people. For those of you who do not know about the mentorship program, it includes all of my trainings, all of Alexis's trainings, and then live mentorship weekly. We have different topics every week that we talk about. I had someone ask me recently, does every session come with a itinerary or a agenda? It's not an agenda that I'm sending out to you every week, but the conversations are deep. So you see what we talk about here on YouTube. So if I tell you we're talking about Chat GPT, that's what we're talking about. We're doing a deep dive into Chat GPT. If I tell you that we're doing a deep dive into wheels, for example, we're going to do a deeper dive than what I just did here on YouTube about wheels. So, no, it's not an agenda. You don't receive that. But the information, whatever we do here, is top notch. It is. I can say that. I can actually say number one. I've always been able to say it, but I finally reached a point like, if I don't talk about my business, who's going to talk about my business? Same thing with you. If you don't promote your business, no one will know you have a business, and your business will go out of business. All right. So you got to be willing to talk about your business. So I am going to encourage you to check out the mentor program. The description is very clear. It's very clear what it talks about, what's included. There's a free chat also included. So I've been saying it just about every time I go live, and I truly mean it. 2025, no more excuses. There's no more excuses. It's not that training costs too much. Check, I got you covered. I need a mentor. Check, we provide 3. I'm your mentor, Alexis is your mentor, and Jeffrey is your mentor. Okay? Now, I do most of the lives here, but they are all equally vested in you winning. Okay? Jeffrey focuses more on the tech. Alexis more on the loan signing and Google My Business. But we all do everything. So we got you. There's no reason why you should not be succeeding if you want to in 2025 and going forward. Okay? I don't see us changing the program. The program is working. So I don't see us changing the program. If anything, I might would add a couple more live sessions. It would be one thing I would like to add. But right now, weekly, I think is good because we don't even get everybody to come weekly. Some people don't like the live sessions. And that's okay. You can just come and watch the video library. It also includes, I'll just go through that really quickly for those of you who may be new. Notarize Like a Pro. I'm sure I'm gonna forget something, but Notarize Like a Pro teaches you exactly how to properly notarize your documents. If you're frightened of what is a acknowledgement, what is a jurat, how do I administer an oath, what do I need to write in my journal, which we'll talk about shortly. We have the Specialty General Notary course that gives you a little bit of overview about all the different specialties that you can actually add to your business, your bottom line. I give you a little training on each section. Then you have the estate, which we just talked about earlier. That's our wills, power of attorneys. All of these courses you can buy individually too. So you may say, hey, I don't need that one. I just want this one. You can purchase them separately. Again, Notary Educators, LLC.com. And they are 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025. Okay. Then we have the pricing course. I teach you how to price your services. and market, a little bit of marketing in there. And then I actually have a full-blown marketing course. I'm so proud of that. Wedding officiant, if you are interested in starting that and adding it to your business. No more if I got to pay $50 for this one, $200 for that one, $500 for this one, $800 for all inclusive. Everything you need is $47 per month, okay? Then we also have the apostille training, which by itself should be $300-$400 because you're going to make that back on your first job. Maybe first two. How about that? But if you want to learn how to do apostilles, it's included. So, remote online notary, loan signing agent, all the major things you want to do in your business that I hear people talking about all day long. Okay. We have some people here right now live with me that are in the mentorship program. So the mentorship program is going amazing. People are doing amazing things, and I'm so proud of each and every one of them. So if you want to win in 2025, check it out. You can cancel at any time. A common question I get is, do I have to pay for the whole year? You do not have to pay for the whole year. You can cancel at any time. You don't even have to call me and say, hey, Kimmi, I'm canceling. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. You just go in there the same way you signed up. You can unsubscribe. Okay? We're going to still be friends at the end of the day. I'm with you as long as you need me. That's another question. How long is mentorship? It's as long as you want it to be. It's as long as you want it to be. If you need us for 2, 3, 4 months, whatever you need, we're here. We're not going anywhere. So whatever you need as far as the program, you need to watch the courses. You need to build out your business. You need to start taking some assignments, start letting us help you with those assignments. So you're not locked into anything. So again, it's not an annual membership. It's monthly, okay? Anytime you want to leave, you can. When you want to come back, you can. So we have that happen all the time. People leave a couple months, they come back. Totally up to you, okay? And last thing I want to go over really quick is the Notary Journal. I'm having so much good feedback. I'm receiving so much good feedback. Better way to say that. We have the hard copy, which people are loving. And then we have the paperback journal, okay? And I love my journal. And I price them reasonably. Again, no more excuses. No more. I want everything to be affordable, okay? So this is the journal. Jeez. So that's the Notary Journal. And our journal covers literally everything you need to do your business. I have a space in here for the signing company at the top. Because a lot of times I found, even for myself, I'm like, which signing company did I work for? I put that in here. I put the signing address. Everything about 4 different signers or witnesses, whatever combination you have. And on the bottom, you can check which box, if it's an apostille, if it's ink fingerprinting, proctoring, whatever's the space for your client to sign up here. Additional note space if you have an apostille. So now you can just use this one all-inclusive journal for everything. Back in the day, and I still have it on you can find it on Amazon, my specialty journal. But I just don't advertise it as much because this now is all-inclusive. And some people like the specialty journal because they're accustomed to using it. Like I got one notary. She actually does like a lot of I-9s. So she loves it. She's filled up one at least with all I-9s. So I was like, get it, girl. So anyway, what questions do you all have for me? It's about you at this point. I'm here to answer your questions live. What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Lori W, question. Do you think I should let you all know over a mentorship when I'm going live over here? Because I don't do it right now because I don't want to seem like you got to see every single thing I do. What's your thoughts on that? I find that a lot of you do come over to the live. So while you're here, I just thought I would ask you. And if Stephanie R is still here too, what's your thoughts on that? Should I let you know over there that, hey, I'm going live on YouTube for a moment, or what? Is that too much? Or you just want to hop in when you see it if you want to? What's your thoughts? Let me know. I'm just curious. And while we wait for that answer, what else is going on in these notary streets? How many of you are starting your business? Interested in starting? What's stopping you from starting? What conversation can we have tonight? Anything? If nothing, that's good too. I'll give you a few minutes because sometimes as soon as I get ready to hang up, Karen, your name is new, Karen Yan. As soon as I get ready to disconnect, it's wait a minute, I got a question. So I always try to wait. We have a few new people that just logged on. So tonight we did some will training. Again, the best course, if you want to know what goes with what we talked about, would be the estate/trust package. You do not need to be certified for that. I do get that question a lot. There is no certification for anything in the notary space except loan signing. And that's only if you want to work with certain signing companies. Okay. There are some signing companies that will say we will only work with you about 2 or 3. If you've taken their training, if you bought their whatever. But 99% of the people that you work with are not going to ask what training you took. Okay. The certification from the NNA is the gold standard. A lot of people have an issue with that because they're like, well, who made them the gold standard? Hey, I don't know. I didn't pick it. I could just tell you what it is. I've been in this space myself with them for like 5 years, and it is what it is. Now, most of my work is direct nowadays, but I still work with signing companies. I will never stop working with signing companies because they do pay. They pay well, not like they did when I first started. But again, I always say, if you're not making $50 an hour, do you think you could be doing a signing for 30 minutes? I think so. That's my opinion now. So you might say, no, it ain't worth it to me. I heard back in the day, y'all made $125, $150 per signing. And that's true. It really is. Those were some good days. Believe me when I tell you. However, that was 5 years ago. That was 6 years ago. Can you still make money today? Yes. Is it going to be $125 an hour? Nope. Not most of the time. Now, some of your estate packages will pay that. That's why I want you to learn how to do estate/trust. Now, that's real talk. But on average, loan signing companies are not paying that much. They're just not. And I'll tell you something, you're not going to want to hear it, but it's facts. It's facts, guys. They're not paying that much because they got to pay 2 notaries. 95% of the time. They hire you. You don't know what you're doing. You saw a YouTube video and you say, I'm ready to do a loan signing. You don't know the ins and outs. You don't know how to speak the lingo. You know nothing, right? No shade. But then they got to turn around and hire me or somebody that's trained with me that actually worked the program, right? Because I tell you things that you won't find in any other training. I'm not about fluff. It's not pretty. We get down and dirty in the training. In the sense that we're not just talking about marketing. We're not just talking about how to make it look pretty, how to put a bow on it. We're not. We're talking about how to do the signing and do it correctly, how to make sure everybody signed it, how to make sure you capture the initials, make sure your scan backs look good. Okay? Make sure you record everything in your journal. Hopefully it's going to be my journal for those who are just joining. Bam. You understand what I'm saying? So the days, again, of excuses is over. Let's do it, and let's do it correctly. So the signing companies can't afford to pay $125 no more. They cannot. And see, don't forget, now when I first started, that caliber of notary that they had, most of them knew what they were doing because they were self-taught and they took time, or either they had been doing notarizations forever, right? But then everybody found out about being a notary on YouTube, right? Because I did too. When I came home, I visited my sister in 2019. I tell this story all the time. It's in the Start Your Notary book. If you've not read it, check it out for your state. Every state has their own book. But 2019 is when I found out you can start making money as a notary. So I was already a notary for 2 different jobs I had. So I wasn't new to the notary space. I was new to, I can make money doing this? Are you kidding? They're going to pay me to go stamp a paper. What? So I came home. That was October-ish. By the end of November, I had my notary commission. It's not a license, okay? Do you know the terms? Do you know the terminology? It's not a license. You are commissioned. I got my notary commission, received it. And then I went crazy on YouTube like everybody else. I went down a rabbit hole. I was like, oh, what is this? Wait a minute, they're gonna pay somebody $125. And see, I'm in an attorney state, right? I'm doing my research and looking, and I'm like, you can't do this because you're in Georgia. Everybody was tight-lipped too. Nobody was talking about it. So I'm listening and looking and everything, and I said, oh. And again, I kept saying, what is this notary signing agent? What is it? And nobody was talking about it. So I said, somebody making some money. Anytime you're trying to get in an industry or learn a market about something and everybody's doing it, everybody's talking about it, but they being so tight-lipped about it, I'm like, it's something to it. I'm going to crack the code. And that's exactly what I did. So I actually had to hire a notary for my parents. And I told him, I said, yeah, I got my commission. At that time, I called it my notary thing because I know the term commission. Even though I was a notary two terms with my previous jobs, I know all these terms, right? Because I was a work notary. Are you a work notary or are you a business notary? Business boss notary, which one? So I was a work notary, okay? So I didn't know nothing. I was just stamping what they put in front of me. So anyway, I came home and then I talked to this notary and I told him, I said, yeah, I got my stamp thingy. I'm not really doing nothing with it. So he asked me, he was like, why aren't you? So he charged my parents a day. I'm looking at him. I said, that's all you got to do. And he had traveled to my dad's nursing home. So I came back and I lost my dad. And then after that, I ain't had nothing to do because we was in the middle of COVID. I said, well, let me learn more about this notary thing. So I picked up my notary thing and got on YouTube, like I was saying. I taught myself the ins and outs, the deeper fundamentals, basic foundations of being a great notary. And then maybe about, I'll say, I don't even know if it was a full year before I started doing YouTube. I just don't recall. But it wasn't that long after when I kept telling my husband, I said, I got something to say about this notary space. I said, I've learned it. I said, no one's talking about Georgia. That's what got me going. I said, I know it's something to it, but so once I learned it, I said, I'm going to tell everybody. I didn't know what that was going to look like. I said, I'm going to tell people. And that's what I started doing. So I never wanted to be known as a Georgia notary because as I quickly found out, all of my documents did not come from the state of Georgia. They came from everywhere. I was notarizing documents from Florida, California, New York. I mean, everywhere, literally. And I was like, that's how they're making this money. They don't tell you all that. So I had to learn how to do documents in nationwide. And that's why I teach notaries nationwide, because I know how to do it. And you should too, because all your documents are not going to originate in your state. They are not. Then the next piece of that is I started doing ink fingerprinting. People started calling, hey, do you do ink fingerprinting? I'm like, no. I started watching videos. I said, it can't be that much to it. So then I started doing ink fingerprinting. I started doing all these things that I teach. I have a course on all of them, field inspection even, because people kept asking me, do you have a field inspection course? Do you have a field inspection course? And I was like, yeah, I got a little piece of it in a specialty course. And I was like, they want more. So not only did they want more, but I realized more was even needed. So one of our mentees started doing field inspections. So as she was doing them, she shared a couple things in the chat. Shout out to Lisa. And I was like, I said, I think I should write a whole course on it. So I did. I wrote a whole course on it. And it's actually, people love that course too. And you guys know the way I teach, I keep it simple. Ain't no fluff, ain't no certificates. That's why I say no certificates required. You can get one. All the courses will print one for you. You don't need it. Okay. But the point is, I want you to succeed. Okay. I want you to succeed and I want you to win, and no more excuses. No more excuses. Okay. No more. Let's do this thing. So I see we got some new people that have joined us. I'll give you a few more minutes if you have any questions. If not, I'll go ahead and start wrapping up. Again, check out the Notary Public Journal. I love the journal. It's so classy. It's so classy. I think you'll like it too. Again, I love the paperback, but that hardback, man, this thing is nice. It's very nice. And it's thin too, look. Very thin. That's another reason why I like it, because you would think hardback it would be. That's what my hesitation was. Shout out to Eric, because Mr. Eric was like, does it come in hard copy? And I was like, nah, I don't think so. And after I thought about it, I asked Jeffrey, I said, well, why can it not? So I learned from you guys too. So I love this journal. I'm telling you, this journal is the bomb. If you already have one and you're filling up that journal, you can always switch to this one. You just put an end date. Even in the front of this one, I have an end date, start and an end date. So stop that one, you can start the new one, okay? Just make sure you put that date in there. I put that specifically to the, because that's something else. Your notary fees on the bottom are broken down for you. How much was your travel fee? How many stamps did you have? Because you need all that for tax purposes. I mean, I really put my heart into that journal to give you everything you needed for one stop. All inclusive. Everything is about all inclusive for me. I'm making it simple. What all can you get? Give you one price. That's how I do my pricing for my notary business, okay? So that's how I roll in Notary Educators. One price. Let's keep it simple. Okay? So, no comments? No comments? Okay, we're going to start wrapping up. 2 minutes. This is a 2-minute window. Nothing else? Going once? Going twice? Come on. I know you got a question. I don't even know what time it is. 7:15. Yeah. 7:12. I was going to stay to 7:15. Yeah. Okay, nothing else? All right. Well, on behalf of Notary Educators, I'm going to wish you a good night. I'm going to tell you to check out NotaryEducatorsLLC.com for all things notary related. Check out the Notary Mentor Program. And also, don't forget to check out my new Notary Journal. Until next time, I'm wishing you much success in your business, and we'll be in touch. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit NotaryEducatorsLLC.com.